Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So here's the Italian model 1946 Lima coach with its replacement buffers. You can see here. Here we see the original one, the one surviving one, and here's the replacement. The only difference is that the replacement has a flat head, but such a thing could even be prototypical. This one here has got a more sort of, let's have a bit of extra light here to see what we're doing. You can see this is slightly more circular. It has a sort of rounded finish. This one's flat, but as we know in model trains, when we're looking at something from a couple of feet away, you don't notice anything. And anyway, old rolling stock things can change. Here's the other side. You can also see that the piece of wire does protrude a little bit, but this, you can notice this kind of effect from the center of a real buffer, and you can see the paint very well. It looks very well. There you go. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a spot of matte black paint to the buffer face. And in one case here, we can see, I don't know if you can notice, here the buffer housing on the carriage was really damaged. Actually, the original didn't just fall off, it snapped off. So I'm going to put a spot of brown there as well, just to make things a bit better and look a bit nicer. So we're going to do this right now on camera, and I hope this is well centered because, okay, very well. Right, I've got a spot of water. Let's use black. In fact, no, first we'll begin with the brown, because this is Vallejo model color acrylic leather brown. This is, you see, and this will do just for a very small touch up. Something I could even do without. There's really no point, but just being hello, this paint hasn't been it's not been used for some time, this paint here. Okay, I just put a spot there. I'll get a very thin brush and just go on the side. See, I always just mix this paint damp, make the brush damp, mix it a bit like that. I could have added maybe a spot of yellow, but I'm not bothering doing complicated things with this, because it's in a position which is practically invisible because it's hidden in there. So I don't know what we're going to be able to see, but I'll try. I'll do my best to make you see what I'm doing. Let's mix these two lot here. Okay, I'm going to go in there and just add some brown paint in there to, there we go, cover the bit where the actual plastic is missing. There, that'll do. I don't need to do absolutely anything else there. Maybe a wee bit here under here, just to make it uniform in color. There. I should have got the yellow. I mean, if I had to repair a larger section, maybe a broken step or something, I would mix this brown with yellow to obtain the beige, the castano. This is castano Isabella. Isabella is the beige, and castano is a sort of chestnut color. And that's done. So I think that's just acceptable. We won't touch it over here because this side in beige is visible. But anyway, on a real train, there would be grease, dirt, filth of all kinds. So there's no point in going loopy, getting things. So that's done. So we'll just clean that brush. We don't need that. Let's put it in a bag. Stop it getting compressed. There we go. Now we'll get the other brush, this one, the number 1, put a spot of black, and we'll just touch up the front of the buffers. I'm doing that, the external part of the buffers, the face of the buffers, for only one reason. These things can come in contact with fingers and things, or they can get scratched, and under here is just one layer of black paint on top of the white styrene. So I don't want the white styrene shining through, so that's why I'm giving it a second coat of paint. Just a spot, we don't need much, and we'll just do the 3. In fact, this is even too much, honestly. I'll have to do something with this paint afterwards. I don't like wasting paint. Okay, very well. Right, let's just get going. I'm trying to keep this in a position where we can actually see what we're doing. Let's put an even application of paint on there like that. That way it looks nice and it sets without any. I'm working in a very strange position to show you what I'm doing, but there. That'll just apply. There we go. Turn this around. We'll do the third one, which is this one over here. It's this one here. And that way everything is nice and ready. Okay. There. That's that. Done. Perfect. Okay, so we're finished with that. And that's just ready for drying. So now that I've finished touching up the final coat of paint on the buffers, I'll actually, once that's dry, I'll fit the eyes to the hooks, to the coupling hooks. These have to be refitted on using a pair of pliers. This metal they're made of, it's actually quite stiff, so you have to be careful. Use a pair of long-nosed pliers to go in and sort of press these here back onto the small dimples they fit onto. Okay, so if you like the video, you can give it a like. Of course, subscribe to the channel, it's very useful, and click the notification bell. And that's all for the moment. I wish you a very pleasant beginning of the week, and cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.